What is going on YouTube? It's your boy, Mr. Random. And for those of you who are new to the channel or perhaps simply forgot, the car behind me is my 1999 Cobra Roush Tribute car. Tribute. The focus of today's video is on how to install a set of racing seats on your Crown Victoria. So let's address the elephant in the room, okay? These are clearly not Recaro racing seats. Actually, from the hours I spent on Marketplace, both of these universal racing seats with bracket and hardware come out to right around $300. That's the racing seats, that's both racing seats with the hardware, everything that you need mounted along with one bracket, right around 300 bucks. Well, that might actually seem like a lot, but believe it or not, even for $300, these things don't even come close to what real Recaro racing, one racing seat, singular, costs. Now the question is, why would you want to install racing seats or a racing seat? One in this case, because the other one's going to go on the Marauder. So why would you want to install racing seats on a Crown Victoria, you might be asking yourself. For one, it gives you better control of the car, and it also gives you better control of your brake and gas pedals as well. So today I'm going to show you guys how to install a universal racing seat on your Ford Crown Victoria, Mercury, Grand Marquis, Lincoln Town Car, hell, whatever the hell you want to throw racing seats on right here. And if you guys just so happen to want a set like this, check the link in the description down below the video to get your hands on some. So here we go. Now at a glance it might not look like it, but this car has been getting worked on behind the scenes. This car is currently sitting on a set of slotted and drilled rotors all the way around, along with carbon fiber brakes all the way around. So I'm just going to ask you guys to be patient. I actually do have a follow-up video showing every single upgrade that has already been purchased for this car, so you guys just keep an eye out on that. It's all part of the plan. It's all coming together. I'm not going to lie, sometimes I'll be doing these videos and I just find myself just getting distracted with just the visuals. The visuals, man. Anyways, back to the video. All right, guys, one thing you'll notice if you've ever tried to install a racing seat on a car that wasn't meant to have racing seats is that there isn't just a one size, one for one seat bracket for these cars. Whether that's matching up to the OEM seat, bolt holes, or a bunch of other inconsistencies along the way. For example, you have here a Mustang racing seat bracket. Just look how much lower it is. Look how much lower the seating position is on this thing as opposed to the bracket that I got, the one that came with this particular seat. Which is why I decided, oh, cool. Which is why I decided to go with this seating bracket right here. It's actually not only the closest that I can actually match up to the mounting holes for the OEM seat, but it just so happens that this particular bracket has the perfect seating position and height that suits me the best. That's one thing you guys are going to have to consider if you decide to go with this particular racing seat. You can go with a million of them. There's actually some other different, maybe even cheaper ones that might even include their own bracket, and if that's the case, you're gonna have to fabricate it according to whatever bracket and seat that comes with. But keep in mind, guys, these seats are pretty narrow as is, so if you're a big guy, you might want to check the dimensions, check the width, both at the bottom, at the top, how tall the seats are. You're going to want to look into all of those things, because this seat might be perfect for me, and I might be able to pull off fabricating and making this bracket work. It might not work exactly the same way for you guys. And speaking of modifications, I actually had to fabricate, and I actually got them painted with some rust-proof paint right now, but I had to fabricate my own. Well, hello, dog. What's up, dogs? What's up? Oh, cool. Oh, she just sat on the paint. She sat on the paint. You can't make this stuff up, I swear to God. So, like I was saying, what I had to do is I went with these flat steel beams right here. I ended up cutting them to size, putting the holes where they have to be, because these things right here, they're going to bridge the gap between the mounting holes for the racing seat, which are located right here, and the actual bracket. So the bracket's going to sit somewhere perfectly in the middle right here, and then those brackets right there, they're actually going to bridge that gap, that about maybe 3 inches on each side, or maybe 2 inches that are needed in order so they can mount up to the mounting holes, and then I can just mount the actual bracket to the steel beams. All right, so the first thing I'm going to do is mount these homemade steel brackets to the actual chair itself. Oh yeah, notice the dog hair. Notice the dog ass hair imprint. That's going to be there forever. Good memory. And now that I got the bracket mounted to the seat, God, it's kicked my ass, I ain't gonna lie. That's the thing about these videos, man, these YouTube videos and all that. Like, a lot of the times, you know, we just cut it, we cut straight to the magic, but this stuff is a pain in the ass. I ain't gonna lie to you guys. Prepare to put in some work. It's a pain in the ass. All right, guys, so it's currently the next day. It actually took me literally into the night to finish installing the race seat on the Cobra Roush Tribute Crown Vic. And the reason for that is because I kind of thought I had it all figured out, and then I went and sat down to test it out, and I was like, crap, the seating position was way up front, it was way too forward. And I tried it again, and the seating position was a little bit too far back. And that's my problem, man. Once I get started with something, it doesn't matter if it takes me to 3, 4, 5 in the morning, I gotta get it done until it's finished. And so that's gonna bring me to one of the only bad things about having a race seat. You guys are going to see for yourself. Once you kind of enter it, getting in and sitting down on the seat itself is kind of a bit of a pain in the ass, especially if you're a big dude like your boy over here. With that being said, you guys are going to see firsthand for yourself the entrance, the graceful entrance into this damn race seat. And then I'm just going to do a little drive around. I haven't driven the car at all with the race seat installed, so this is going to be a first time experience with me. And I'm going to give you guys a raw, just unedited experience of what it's like to have a race seat in a freaking Crown Victoria. Besides it looking freaking badass, but I'm gonna give you guys some proper glamour shots. But now it's time to make the graceful entrance and see what this thing feels like. Oh God, it's incredibly snug. I almost went and reached for my seatbelt, but there's no seatbelt harness to put it on. And that's actually going to be one of the other modifications, well, not really modifications, one of the other installs that I do, and it's going to be a full-blown harness that's going to go from here, the steel bar that's going to hold the seatbelt harness, that's going to connect all the way through the back of the car, and it's going to loop in through these holes right here so we can have a proper harness. Ooh, look. Oh, nice little tire spin back there. It's also a pretty bizarre experience having a race chair in a Crown Victoria. It just doesn't, I don't know, it just feels so wrong, but it feels so right at the same time. God, man. God, dude. Oh, here we go. Let's get a little turn. Let's get a little turn. The seat is good. But the thing is, we need a seatbelt harness, guys. We need a seatbelt harness. See, in the OEM seats, I would have been falling over already. I would have been falling out of the seat. But this thing holds you tight, especially through the corners, which is what you really want with these race seats right here. Woo! Now, if some of you guys were wondering, the actual OEM Crown Vic chair weighs 49 pounds. The race seat that I'm currently on weighs 26 pounds, so that's almost like a 22 something pound difference just between seats alone. So if you guys want to go the weight saving route, that's going to be an easy way to shed a couple pounds off the old Panther car. And for good measure, if you remove the passenger seat as well, there's a good almost 70-80 pounds worth of weight that you remove just by getting rid of the old heavy OEM passenger seat if you're going to go the race car route with your Panther car. They didn't want to believe when I said you can install racing seats on a Crown Victoria. God, dude. And that's going to be it for today's video, guys. I hope you enjoyed it. I hope maybe it inspired a couple of you to try to install a race seat of your own on your Crown Vic. It's definitely doable. It will require a little bit of modification. It will require a little bit of fabrication, but anything is possible, man, especially if you really got the willpower for it. You can make anything happen. Now, as far as what I think about the racing seats, remember, these are just universal Amazon racing seats, and hell, it does what it's supposed to. It's a seat. It's comfortable. It keeps me in the seat. It hugs me. It does what it's supposed to as a race seat. Now, where some of the downsides might come in is later on, especially the wear and tear sitting in and out of the car. Maybe the seat might not be as durable, like the materials or stuff like that. But regardless, it's a Panther car. It's a budget build, and it gets the job done. It didn't break the bank. I'm not going to pay $800 for one seat without a bracket or whatever, just because it has a fancy little name at the top. I don't got time for that. I ain't got the money for that. As far as I'm concerned, this seat right here, you take it anywhere, man. It looks classy. It has the right color scheme. You guys let me know, comment section down below, man. You dig it? You vibing with it? It looks good. It fits me good. I got to install that bar, the harness bar with the 4-point harness, but that's going to be for another video. Either way, it's your boy, Mr. Random. Stay tuned. There's going to be a lot more of this car in the future. I got a bunch of suspension mods that I have to install. Just haven't had the time because I'm working a crazy schedule, but I'm going to get to it eventually, man. I'll catch you guys in the next one. Take it easy. Little bonus clip here. While removing that passenger seat of the car, I found a Smith & Wesson 40 caliber police bullet and my personal favorite, this little stun gun. Now, I know it does work because the light turns on red, but I don't think it's going to shock. What? What? You gotta love old cop cars, man. God, dude.